Title: The Forgotten Toy Emporium. Echoes of playtime past, once a beacon of childhood wonder. The old toy store stood as a decrepit relic on the corner of Elm Street. Its once vibrant facade now peeled and weathered, its windows murky eyes into a forgotten past. As night fell, casting long shadows upon the cobbled streets, the chill wind whispered through the eaves, coaxing eerie creaks from the time-worn wood. Few dared approach, for the tales of strange occurrences were etched into the town's folklore. One moonless night, curiosity and a dare brought three friends, Sarah, Jake, and Emily, to its decaying doorstep. With trembling hands, Jake pushed the warped door, and it groaned open, revealing a cavernous darkness within. They stepped into the forgotten emporium, their flashlights revealing shelves lined with dusty toys, each one a relic of generations past. Dolls with cracked porcelain faces stared eerily, their eyes glinting in the faint light. Sarah's eyes fell on a weathered jack-in-the-box, its melody long silenced. Emily discovered a rocking horse, its paint chipped but still poised for motion. Jake, drawn by a vintage train set, felt a shiver crawl down his spine. As they explored, they heard faint echoes of childlike laughter and distant footsteps. Their hearts quickened, but they convinced themselves it was merely the wind playing tricks on their senses. Deeper they ventured, drawn by an otherworldly force. They stumbled upon a forgotten chamber, concealed behind a tattered curtain. Within, an assortment of marionettes dangled from the ceiling, their strings swaying with an unnatural rhythm. Suddenly, a low, haunting melody filled the air, emanating from a wristed music box. Its tune was sorrowful, echoing with memories of forgotten playtimes. The trio exchanged wide-eyed glances, the weight of the past pressing upon them. In the center of the chamber, an old rocking chair rocked of its own accord. The wind outside had stilled, and the air grew stifling. Panic clawed at their throats, but something held them rooted to the spot. From the shadows emerged a spectral figure, a childlike specter clad in tattered garments, eyes wide with longing. It reached out to them, its voice a wistful whisper, "Play with me." Terror surged through their veins, but compassion overcame fear. Emily, trembling, extended a hand, her fingers brushing against the ethereal form. The figure's touch was icy, yet strangely comforting. In that moment, the Emporium seemed to awaken. Toys danced, marionettes twirled, and the jack-in-the-box's haunting melody accompanied their spectral play. The boundaries between the living and the forgotten blurred. As the night waned, the figure led them back to the entrance, its form growing faint. It left them with a bittersweet smile before dissolving into the shadows. The once silent toys now rested in stillness. As the seasons passed, the old toy store became a sanctuary for Sarah, Jake, and Emily. They reveled in the ethereal company of the playful spirits, finding solace in the echoes of playtime past. With each visit, they uncovered new treasures, each with its own story to tell. The marionettes spun tales of forgotten performances, the dolls whispered secrets of long-lost tea parties, and the rocking horse seemed to gallop through the memories of children who had long since grown. Yet, as time went on, the trio sensed a growing unease within the Emporium. Shadows lengthened, and the spectral laughter turned melancholy. The once joyful spirits now harbored a sorrowful longing, their eyes pleading for release. One fateful night, as a storm raged outside, Sarah, Jake, and Emily gathered in the heart of the toy store. The music box, once silent, now played its mournful melody, its notes carrying the weight of countless memories. "We must help them find peace," Emily declared, her voice determined but filled with empathy. Together, they embarked on a quest to uncover the stories of the spirits. Each toy held a fragment of their past, and as they pieced them together, a tale of lost childhoods and unfulfilled dreams emerged. They learned of a little girl named Lucy, who had cherished a porcelain doll until her untimely passing. They heard the laughter of two brothers who had spent hours racing toy cars through the aisles, and they felt the yearning of a boy who had longed for a simple wooden soldier to call his own. With each revelation, the spirits grew brighter, their forms more distinct. They seemed to gain strength from the trio's efforts. Their eyes no longer clouded with sorrow. One by one, the toys were placed in a circle, and the trio held hands, forming a bond between the living and the spectral. As they closed their eyes, a gentle wind stirred, carrying the whispers of gratitude. Suddenly, a brilliant light enveloped the Emporium, illuminating the forgotten toys in a radiant glow. The spirits danced, their laughter filling the air, and then, with a final burst of energy, they ascended, leaving behind a sense of peace and closure. As the storm outside subsided, the trio stepped out of the old toy store, their hearts lightened by the knowledge that they had brought comfort to the spirits of playtime past. From that day forward, the Emporium stood as a beacon of solace, its windows now aglow with a warm light that beckoned passersby. Sarah, Jake, and Emily continued to visit, knowing that their bond with the forgotten toys would endure, and that the echoes of playtime past would forever be cherished.